Sugarcane is a 2024 horror mystery thriller written and directed by Pat Baker of Postmortem Films. If Postmortem Films sound familiar, that's because I've done reaction videos to the YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description box below to those reaction videos. And this film, Sugarcane, is the feature-length film of Pat Baker. It runs for an hour and 26 minutes long, and you see a lot of Postmortem alumni, especially cast and even crew if you read that on IMDb. It stars Josie Gillette Wirt as Mari, who is a woman survivor who must relentlessly find and work to track down a kidnapped girl from a serial killer before time runs out. Not only that, we see Zach Ball in here as Dan and other actors you may have seen in short films or feature films or kind of TV shows for that matter. The film is very, very psychological and plays with your mind. Not only that, the juggling aspect of the characters. There are so many characters in this that it's really, really easy to focus on what's going on where. And usually I'm not a fan of that, but Pat really did a phenomenal job juggling these characters, especially with Mari and Damien, played by Kellen Jackson, who gives a rousing performance in a way where I will say that the dynamic and the chemistry that these two have is really good. You see Mari wanting to find this girl that's been kidnapped, and Damien's like, let's chill out. We have to figure things out first before we just go dive into the deep end. Now, what really sold this movie for me as I'm watching it is a character that I kind of want to say that was very enjoyable in a way, and that's the character of Arthur, played by Michael Mao. Wow. This actor, this character, really dived deep into what a aspect really is, and it's just capturing the moment. He kind of takes care of his mother, who kind of has dementia or early onset Alzheimer's, and the mother is going in and out of that state of, you're this person, you're that person, and he's just trying to keep it together. But then he kind of has this thing where he watches on the internet a website called Sugarcane, where you see people being tortured for amounts of money in certain places to the highest bidder. Yeah, it's a sadistic, cruel world we have out there, and this does happen on the dark, dark web. I will say, at any time Michael Mao came on screen as Arthur, or Artie as he calls himself, was really good. I was entranced, I was engaged, did not leave my eyes from the screen. He's like that laid back, nerdy OCD type, wears that button up shirt all the way to the top, nice khaki pants, very neat, very civil, and then it's just like, wow, what is really, really going on? Then you have Lacey Caroline, who plays Phoebe, the girl who's been kidnapped and is in this ordeal from the start. These stories intertwine with so many crazy things. You see the truth about why one character did one thing to order to do what he had to do, and then the other character being of what she did in order to survive in a way. There are really interesting scenes in this, especially a axe attack scene that comes from behind where it's so unexpected. It's like, whoa. I will say, I will call this an interesting horror film for 2024, and I love indie horror films because you have to support indie filmmaking no matter what it is. And I've been a fan of Pat Baker and Postmortem Films since, I want to say, the start of the pandemic, when I found the channel on YouTube and I just started watching it and fell in love with it. I mean, you see actors and actresses doing their thing, really working well, and if you know how to work with these actors and actresses, the cast, the crew, you know how to write and direct, it's going to be a successful, phenomenal film. Now, I said when I did my trailer reaction to Sugarcane that you have a horror icon in the making. And yes, that you do. This character of what this, I want to call him the bunny person or the bunny mask, because it's just eerily weird in how a character puts on this kind of bunny mask, this paper mache with the ears and everything, and just goes on doing about what they have to do in order to figure out how to work things out. It's sadistic, it's weird, it's in your face, and all this taking place in a basement. And it's just like, wow, the lighting is good when they're under the basement light. It really captures both the actor and the actress. It also captures the essence of what it is. When the everything's going on in the basement, they're upstairs in the whole entire living quarters of the house. It's bright, it's sunny, it's very interesting how around the aspect of certain scenes you see taking place in hotel rooms. Mari's losing her cool because she wants to find this girl, Phoebe, and then Damien's like, all right, we have to figure this out. Let's do this and that. And then it's like, all right, now we're understanding it. Now we know what's happening and what's going on. And over the course of the film, it's like, okay, there is nothing that doesn't miss a beat. Because for me, I always pay attention to continuity, editing, cinematography, and this film had a lot of good things about it. The continuity was good. There's a scene in the beginning where Artie leaves his coffee at the coffee restaurant and at the coffee shop, and it's like, all right, you see Phoebe, wiping and cleaning and mopping the floors before she leaves, and as she turns, and the cup is still there. Great. I love that, because if she was cleaning and you look and the cup's not there, it's like, what was the point of it all? So there are little minute details like that that I do love and really, really do appreciate and do respect. Pat Baker is a phenomenal writer for film. Pat Baker is a phenomenal director in film. And what he captured here with Sugarcane is the start of something that you will see for the next years to come, I want to say, because I'm curious to see what he will do next, how the writing is, how the directing is, and which actors and actresses he will use in his films. Because from going to short films to feature films is a big, big step, huge step, and it's just the difference of knowing how to do it, knowing what to do, and kind of saying that with a non-spoiler review that I'm doing, it's like you have to watch it and understand it. Some might find it that it's different. I mean, there's a whole big thing about body horror now and horror, which is okay, it's fine. There are some where it's way too over the top, like the Terrifier films and the Saw movies. But with this, it's mundane, it's simple, it just gets the point across, which is what I like. If it gets the point across, it's good. If everything fits together, it's great. For me, Michael Mao as Arthur, mind-blowingly crazy. There's a scene where he puts his mother to sleep and he has a mental breakdown on the couch and just starts screaming and crying. And I'm like, okay, he's really, really the one that's really driving this film to an extent where it's like, did not expect that this would be my favorite character in this movie. Had a blast watching it. Thank you so much to Pat Baker and Postmortem Films for giving me an early access screening, as I stated in the beginning of this review. I can't wait to see what they do next, what he does next, because it's going to be phenomenal. And yes, I'm going to say it again, this is a horror icon in the making. This will gain cult following. This will be good as word of mouth. Watch it. Give your reviews on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes for that matter. And it's just a horror mystery thriller that is really good, where the aspect of the filmmaking is surprising, but so good that where it's like, okay, this can be a studio Hollywood film, and that's what this is. For me, Sugarcane gets 5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Sugarcane. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, will you be checking it out now that I reviewed it? What did you like? What you didn't like? What was the aspect of the story that you liked? What do you think the runtime was good? Who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? And do you think a film like this could reach the masses and become a cult following? And what do you think will be the next kind of big thing in the horror genre, mystery, or even thriller for that matter? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video.